What's up, guys? On today's episode, we're changing a set of front brakes on a 2006 to 2012 Ford Fusion. So the first thing you want to do before you go ahead and get started taking the brakes apart is obviously you want to get the car up in the air, get the wheel off, and get everything exposed. Usually what I do is I deal with these rotor screws first. Really doesn't matter what I'm working on. I usually tackle the rotor screws first because they're usually the biggest pain in the butt about the entire job. In this case, they're T40 Torx bits. And luckily mine came out without any issue. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get the caliper removed. Those have two 14mm bolts that go into the slide pins in the caliper. Set those off to the side. All right, so once you got your two bolts out, get a big screwdriver or something, pry bar, whatever you have handy, and then pry the caliper out of the bracket. So either set the caliper off to the side or hang it on a hook or use a zip tie or something just so it's not hanging back by the hose. Pull some of this old hardware out. That one wasn't stuck too bad. A lot of times, at least up in the north, they get stuck, like this one in the back. So to get the bracket off, there's two bolts back in the back that are 15mm. You're gonna go ahead and take those out and remove the bracket. Set that off to the side. Grab a hammer. All right, so now everything's disassembled, but now we got to do a bunch of cleaning and basically prep work before we can go slap everything back together. All right, first thing I'm going to clean up is going to be the hub. Now the hub, I'm going to hit with some brake clean and basically just get all the scaly rust and the grease and the oil and all the crap off of it. And just clean it up. So to clean it up, I'm just going to be using a little die grinder with a small disc and a wire brush. Basically, you want to get all the surface rust and stuff off of here, so when you put that new rotor on, this face is nice and clean, so that rotor doesn't warp and basically do this and you have brake chatter. Alright, so over here at the bench, you're going to take your caliper bracket, get all of the old hardware stripped out of it. Just use a flat blade screwdriver, pull it all out of there. Next thing you want to check is your slide pins. You want to make sure those are nice and free. I'll put a little bit of grease on them, just for cheap insurance. But so if you guys live up north, you want to clean out this section of your brackets right where the hardware sits, because like I told you earlier, when rust forms on this surface, it ends up basically pinching the pad together, and then the pad won't slide back and forth in the bracket. So then your brakes wear out prematurely and basically cost you more money. So you can use a file or something to get a right amount of clearance. A wire brush really doesn't work because you're not really removing any material. You don't want to take too much out, because then what happens is the pad ends up clunking and being loose in that spot. So I have a portable sandblaster. I'm going to go outside and hit these with a sandblaster real quick, and then I'll show you what they're ideally what they should look like. All right, so now that everything's clean, you can kind of get an idea of the areas you should be really focusing on as far as cleaning. Ideally, you have a sandblaster. I understand that's not reality for most people, but if you're like me and you have the tool, trust me, you're going to use it because it's a lot easier than using a file. So before we go putting the new hardware in here, I just rub grease, like caliper grease, all over these bare metal spots to try and keep it from rusting. All right, so as far as your hardware, you're gonna have a couple different pieces here. Gonna look something like that. So this piece here is what we're concerned with right now. This one is gonna go something like that. So those clips should look something like that. You want to make sure you have room in the center for the rotor. So if you have these clips on backwards, these ears will be on the inside and it won't clear the rotor. Next thing we're going to put in is going to be these. These are kind of a pain. So these are going to sit in here. These are going to sit in here something like this. Now the bottom side, I'll show you. The bottom side is going to look something like that. That's what the top will look like. Kind of what I had to do on these to get mine to stay, because they had a tendency to just fall out, is some of these little ears down here in the corners, I had to bend them with a pair of pliers just to straighten them out a little bit, so they held in place a little bit better, because as you can see, that's rather loose, and then when you go to put it on the car, they tend to fall out. All right, so when you have everything totally assembled, as far as the hardware, it should look something like this. Now what I do is I'll test fit these pads in the bracket before I put it on the car, just so I know that everything is going to slide nice and easy like it's supposed to, and there's no real surprises. So take your time, get everything test fitted in here, and make sure everything slides like it's supposed to. So as you guys can see, these pads slide in and out nice and easy. This is how they're supposed to be. If you got to beat them in there with a hammer or something, that's not right. It's not how it should be. Pull your hardware out, clean your grease off, go ahead and do some more filing or cleaning or whatever you need to do on the sides where the guides go, and then go ahead and reassemble it and try it again. All right, so you want to go ahead and get your rotor back on, or you put your new rotor on, I should say. At this point, put the screws back in to hold the rotor in place. Obviously, when you put the rotor on, you want to make sure the holes line up with the threaded holes in the hub. These don't have to be super tight. The wheel's going to actually hold this whole thing on anyway, so these are kind of a moot point. All right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get the bracket and the pads all put back on. What I do is I just go ahead and snug everything up, and then once I get everything back together, I'll go ahead and torque everything down all at once. All right, so before we can put the caliper back on, you got to compress the piston. I have one of these fancy tools to do this. C-clamp works just as well. I've used that a ton. I just do a lot of brake jobs, so it's pretty easy to justify the tool. So it'll do 4 piston calipers, 6 piston calipers, single piston, really doesn't matter. I'll link it down in the description if you guys are interested. A C-clamp will work just as well. The only thing I suggest is if you're going to use a C-clamp, put one of the old pads back in here and just protect the piston, because I've seen people actually chip the sides of the piston using a C-clamp. because the pressure isn't equal across the whole face. All right, so at this point, you have to put these basically like springs on. And what these springs do is hold the pad away from the rotor. There's 2 holes in the edge of the pad that these things go into, and it's kind of a pain once these are in, because the pads, if this is done correctly, the pads actually want to spring out of the bracket before you can put the caliper back on. So kind of a pain. You kind of need 3 hands to do it, but it is what it is. All right, so the last thing you need to do is put the tire and wheel back on the vehicle, lower the vehicle back down on the ground. One thing you want to do before you drive it for the first time is make sure you pump the brakes up a couple times and make sure you have a brake pedal before you go take off and drive. I'll link all the parts, all the tools, all that stuff down in the description for you if you guys are interested in, you know, changing your own brakes. As always, if you guys like the video, hit like. If you want to see more content, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.